It's been a long time since I've actually made a video working on any car, but today we are going to be hopefully pulling the engine of the GTR. So actually for a couple days ago, I've been actually working on the GTR, trying to get it ready to pull the engine. I didn't record anything because I know that I was going to run into a lot of problems, which we did, and we're kind of ready to pull the engine. So today I'm here with my best bud, Jose, that is helping me on the GTR as always. He's been since the start helping with the GTR, and hopefully that everything goes pretty good today. We have actually unbolted everything from the engine. The only thing that we have left is to unbolt the transmission and the motor mounts. So that's pretty much it. We're pulling the engine out with the transmission because everybody says it's easier that way. One of the biggest problems that we actually ran into was the axle, the driver's side axle, which will be passenger if you're American, and Japanese would be the driver's side and the right side. So this axle right here, pretty much I had to take the whole suspension out to be able to pull the axle out, but the axle did not want to come out, so we actually ended up ripping the whole boot, taking the axle apart, and then finally we were able to grab the piece of the axle that attaches to the engine out, but there was no way for us to kind of like really have any leverage to get this axle out, so we ended up breaking the axle, but that's fixable. It's just the boot that is broken. We just gotta fix the boot, and then we have a fixable axle. Alright, so basically for us to actually get the engine out, well, of course you're gonna have to unbolt any cable that is attached to the car, that is attached to the engine. That all this cable's got to be unplugged. We also took off, well, we have it loose, the power steering and the AC condensed compressor. They're already loose, so that's just going to be moved to the side. We also have the axles. Well, this axle is not even here anymore. The axle over there on the passenger side, all it is just like 6 bolts. So you unbolt, and then it already gets detached. So we don't have to take nothing of that side off, just those bolts. We have also done, we have detached drive shaft. It's detached, including in the transmission. There's like some cables and some other stuff that we have to detach. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we took like one whole day on that one axle. It was like one full day. Broke 3 tools, and until we actually got like some impact gun that has like 1,000 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, and it took it off like in 2 seconds. And then but we spent like all day trying to take that one nut out, but we got it done. So yeah, so right now we got this already kind of attached to it. We got there's mounting points already on the engine for the chain. And we got engine stand over there, which is just sitting there. We're trying to make space in between for 2 cars and all that stuff. He's cleaning up right now on the bottom. I don't know why. He's cleaning stuff down there, because we gotta go underneath there and get unbolt the transmission, the point from the transmission, the transmission brace, and we also have to take the shifter. We're gonna have to detach that too, so we can actually get it down and out. And then the 2 motor mounts here. There's one motor mount that we found out that it's like not fully bolted in. It was loose. Bolt's still there, but it's really loose. And this one is attached pretty tight. So yeah. So pulling this out, hopefully we get a good job and we don't mess things up, or it doesn't go even harder than we want it to be. Seems like it moves easily. So hopefully everything goes well and we can actually pull this engine out and finally get start the ball rolling with the engine build.
Say the fucking motor mount's like right here.
Can you reach the motor mounts?
Yeah.
No.
You just gotta use an extension to get your fucking sockets in there. What size are we gonna use?
Bet you there's 17s. Just take them all.
Take the most common numbers, you know? let's see what we're working with, boys. Yeah, boys.
All right, so we have the transmission cross member off, and I've got this part off. I found out that this little boot right here is all ripped, and there's like grease or oil or anything kind of leaking from it. I don't know if you see all the grime there. So that's another little fix that we're gonna have to be doing when we take all this out. I want to make sure that everything is perfect. All the boots are replaced. There's no grease coming out from anywhere. The whole engine bay, all the hoses are replaced. Everything we're gonna do this perfectly. Perfect. And then so that's already out. This is pretty simple to do. It's just basically, there you go. It's just basically just kind of take this part out, which is where the shifter is, and bolt some stuff, take the boot out, and that's pretty much it. So this part is already ready to go, so it has to drop down and then pulled out that way, and that's pretty much it. So we're almost there to start pulling the engine out. So Jose down there, he's already got the transmission mount off. He's on the 2 motor mounts that are in the front, and then we're good to go, and hopefully we start pulling stuff out. So I think that we might have it already. We actually, we lifted up and went down, figured out that there's some cables connected to it. The harness has to, kind of forgot about the harness that is connected to the injectors. So we got that out. O2 sensor is out. We found that the one transmission mount is completely broken. Where is it at? Right there. That is the passenger side, not the transmission, motor mount. And that's the other motor mount. We had to take the whole motor mount out because for some reason it wasn't budging. So we took it out now, and now it's now it's free. Now it's like in the air, as you see right there, and that right there is in the air. The transmission is disconnected. So right now we're just gonna go up little by little, make sure that everything is disconnected. We still have to go, before we forget, there's the starter motors in the back. We just have to disconnect that, but the problem is that we have there's like no space there. So when we lift up little by little, we can see where that little plug of the starter motor off, and then we can start taking that off. And here we are. So it's almost out. And then I'm gonna lift it up. Then we have to take the car down as low as possible so we can actually pull the engine out. I don't know if this is going to be a problem, so I'm not sure about that, but we're gonna figure things out and go from there.
2,000 years later.
So it's literally have been probably how many hours?
3.
Probably like 3 hours. I'm still haven't got the engine out. We thought we had everything good to go, but apparently not. We pretty sure the condenser is messed up.
Oh yeah.
The crank pulley has given it a lot of trouble. We didn't take it out because we really couldn't get it loose, and we couldn't fit the impact wrench that we have in there to get it out. So we're trying to get it out without with the crank still on, but the crank is actually is too close to the condenser, and it's kind of messing up the condenser for us. And fucking tired as fuck right now. But hopefully we did a bunch more stuff that we haven't done, and hopefully this time it does come out. So we did have like the bash bar and the intercooler right here. We ended up taking that out so we can actually have more space here to get even closer to that. And the engine is a little bit out. The engine is completely loose. The only problem is that we're trying to, so the problem is right here, the condenser and the crank, it's right there, it's touching it. So that's a problem. We have to get it in an angle. You see kind of what the angle looks like. We have to get the front like as high as possible to then get the back, you know, afterwards. We did find some stuff that we had to like disconnect. I had to disconnect some coolant lines in the back, but I think that it is almost ready to go, and hopefully it comes out like a glove, but it's not. And we are
saws to this.
We are super tired, dirty, and it's been tough. It's been tough thinking that we really thought that it was gonna come out like cake. If it was a Subaru engine, it would have been in. It would have been out and in already. Because you know it's easy. It's a lot easier than this. Oh, you're able to push it in a little bit. Yeah. So let's see what we can do. So after a ton of work, look how we are at right now. So I cleared the STIs in the back, cleared this a little bit so I can actually take the motor and actually put it here and then work on what we have to do, which is taking off the transmission, separating the transmission from the motor before we take the motor and put it on this stand, which is over there. And so right now I'm going to try to lift this part up because we are maxed out on the tray packer. And yeah, I'm gonna lift this up and see if we can go around the fender without hitting anything, and then get it down to this little space right here.
Perfect, right there.
Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada boom. Bada bing, bada bing. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try to, hold on. Stay right there. I'm trying to get in there. Damn, it's so fucking grimy. Look at that grime, bro. Look at that grime. Oh, you got it? Yeah. You got it in there? You sure? Mm-hmm. Alright, this way.
Go forward.
Forward.
Yep. Jump on the fender.
Yep, trying to put it this way. I'm stuck. More. Cool. God. Finally, it is out. I gotta say, this is the biggest pain in my ass. I think from all the cars that I've worked in, I still think the Mini Cooper was the worst. But well, Mini Cooper, the only thing I did was transmission, which was really bad. But this is a beast. There's too much stuff in there, and oh man, it's bad. And we are so pooped. Look at this guy. This guy's like ready to fucking die. He's like, I'm hungry, I'm tired. Our backs are broken, probably.
Oh yeah, definitely broken.
So the engine, there you go, engine's right there. It's kind of great that it's finally out. It's a mission. It's really a big mission. So see, the reason why we can't really take off the heads, and I don't have too much light here, there you go. The reason we really can't take the heads off is because of this manifold underneath here. Bolts are all the way in there, so you can't, there's no space to take this off, right? And there's really no space to even put the socket in there, because it's kind of like an angle. I don't know if you can kind of see straight, you can't really put it there. I mean, it is possible, it's probably going to take forever to do. I know people that have done it before, but it's well, it's way better to do it this way. So right now, I don't know what we're going to do. What are we going to do now?
Die.
Yeah. We are supposed to take off the transmission, separate the transmission off, so we can actually then take the engine and put it on the stand, and then from there we can actually work on disassembling this bad boy, seeing what the damage is done, and then rebuild. And I have such a huge mess under my garage. I really need to look at this. It's like oiled from my Crosstrek back in the day, you know, other cars, and now there's going to be a lot of floor damage on that side. But yeah, kind of excited. Are you excited? No. Finally? No, he's not excited at all. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, we got the transmission down on the ground, but we're done. We're done for the day. We're tired. We'll come later on and separate the transmission from the engine, and then get that engine on top of the mount there. But today we are so extremely dirty, and we're so done. And we don't want to work on this anymore. It's hot. It's been hot, kind of hot today, so we've been sweating a little bit. But yeah, now I have engine where this STI is supposed to be. Now they have the STI over there and a bunch of cars parked outside, no space. So yeah. So let me. This is where I'm going to end the video. I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this little video of us taking this engine out. It's not the first time we've taken engine outs in this channel. Did WRX video. Or engine removal, put them back on. Transmission for the Crosstrek, and hopefully in the future we get the STI engine build. But that's from the future. But Subarus is a lot easier than this. You know, at least for Subarus, I don't have to take off the engine with the transmission. It's a lot easier to do it without the engine. I mean, without the transmission. So yeah, we're done for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.